Yeah, 1825, good luck. Not played before, no head-to-head score. Let's play the usual carol. Opponent, only 69 games. Not many games on the account, 398. Okay, let's just go e6 here. We develop our knight. We're just trying to get castled. Okay. I think I'm just going to bring the bishop up one, because there's always an option to push here. There, I'm going to take it, and now I'll just get castled. The bishop will likely go straight back. So I'm going to try and challenge it, or at least prepare to. Just hope I don't blunder some sort of nonsense with queen down if the knight moves, but I've got this or this. So he's gone there. So here, if he takes, I take the bishop. If he takes the bishop, I take. Then you've got to watch out for moves like queen here and here. So there we've traded and I've got the knight here. What can I do? I can jump here at first glance and then back here. So that looks good. Or I can come here and go here. So that looks good. The alternative I'm looking at really is bishop here. And just develop in the normal way. But I like the idea of getting rid of that bishop. So I'm going to go to a6 and just see if we get rid of that bishop. Just takes a little bit of pressure off the h7 pawn further down the game. So now we've got this or this as our candidate moves. That's where he's gone. So we can go forward threatening to jump in or here. Or we can go back just to go here. A little bit more defensive. So let's go forward. Why not? Let's go forward with a view to coming in or here. Probably back. See if he plays pawn down, for instance. Or if he gets a bit more attacking. Okay, so he's played rook across, so there's no other real move to think about there other than dropping the knight back. Hit the bishop and the knight, and if he takes, probably go with the knight, but we could go with the queen as well. Don't really want to move the pawn. We want to try and keep this pawn isolated if we can. So he's dropped back. So I'd like rook across, but my pawn is loose. So what about just edging forward? That seems logical. I don't want to burn all my clock, so I'm just going to try and edge my pawns forward slightly. The further they go up the board, the more difficult they are to protect and the more they become a target though. And then at some point I want to throw a move like this in. My opponent will probably do the same thing. Give the king that emergency square. Yeah, knight's come forward threatening to jump in. I think it's fine just to push the pawn up first, just to hit the queen. And then we got to figure out what to do. Maybe bishop here. And then if knight down, queen up. Knight down is a threat to hit the two pieces. So bishop up I like, there's no immediate knight down. It gives us the option to take. Maybe we've just got knight across to hit the bishop as well though. Knight down. What have I got? Queen up and he may be able to repeat. Yeah, actually I don't like that. Don't like that. Here, one knight still guards. So I'm going to go here. Knight down, probably here, but it might walk into some sort of trickery. It might do. If I go here, knight back, I've got the option to at least trade. But otherwise, if his knight moves anywhere else, I'll trade the bishop. So I'm going to go here, hit the bishop, hit the knight. I guess it's the bishop I have to take, isn't it? We still hit the knight, so he's gone back. So can we edge on and edge on again now? This is covered now, that's nice. I'm going to throw my holding move in just so it's been done. Throw that in now so it's been done. Then maybe activate the rook and try and start to pressure the pawn. And this one as well at some point. But obviously white can do the same thing as done it. So I think I want to play rook across. It's a little bit risky weakening this with the queen where it is a little bit risky. But we're going to make our intentions clear. We're trying to target this pawn if we can. If knight takes, I'll probably still go with the knight. Oh, knight's moved. Excuse me. So knight across is not a move. Rook across is a move. Knight back is a move to try and deal with this knight. But I like having the two of them here. But knight back takes, we can take anywhere we like. Yeah, you don't really want that knight left there, do we? So let's drop the knight back. Knight down is actually a move though, isn't it? Knight down is a move. Rook across heads that off. Yeah, no, I'm going to play rook across first. It heads off that annoying knight jump if it is a move. You see, I pre-moved if he takes because there's no other move I'm going to play there. Get the cursor off the board so there's no accidental slips. Then at some point, I think my opponent will play h3 or g3 as well. Just give the king that emergency square so you don't blunder the back rank. It does happen. Okay, so he's launched one, getting very attacking, but if I trade now, this pawn is an immediate target. Like take, check. I think that's the thing, right? So take here, he could take the knight and I just take the pawn. So if I take here, he's surely got to take with a rook. But then if I take the pawn anywhere, if knight takes, I take with a check. We attack the knight, and you can't block with the queen. So I think that looks good. I'll try and calculate it out, but I trade here first, and I think I'm okay to take the pawn. So am I missing something possibly? So here, if you play a move like rook down, I can just take the knight with a check and then take the pawn. So that looks to be a move to me. Am I missing something? If knight takes, queen takes with check. So the knight's here, the queen's here. We've got a check. We attack the knight. Actually, we'd attack this knight as well, wouldn't we? Because it's not protected either. You can't block the check with the knight or the queen. So it looks to be a move. It's one of them moves where you think, am I missing something? Possibly. If this knight moves anywhere, I just take that with check. Doesn't matter where it goes. But it's one of them moves you think, I could just be missing some tactic somewhere or some good reply, and I simply haven't seen it, and then I've thrown the game. If that's the case, that's the case, but I think we've got rid of our opponent's danger pawn in the centre. The fan's just... I'll turn the fan off for just a moment there, just turn it over. If he takes here, I just take the knight and then I can take back. Worst case, I can just take back with a king because he would attack two pieces. Same rook down here, take the knight and then get the queen out of the way. Knight takes, I take with check and I attack both knights so we can then have a choice of what we go for. In theory, just stand the heater back up now. Just turn it off once in a while. Oh, my pawn's just resigned there. Okay, it is playable in this position, but let's see what it was. He just didn't see it, obviously. So let's just pause there and see what it was in engine speak, then just see what the eval is. So it's 23 moves. They're the move times for both players there. I thought my opponent was just playing too many moves too quickly there for the time control. But when you're playing openings, if you know the opening, obviously that's fair enough. If you're just playing something that you play all the time. The Caro-Kann defense panel of attack. If you click on that there, it'll bring some puzzles up to do for training. Let's just see what the eval was. Yeah, +4. So it's completely level all the way through. And then there's a mistake here on move 21. And then we're suddenly +4. So there's not much to say really out of the opener. We both played it very well for the first 20 moves. You see, the engine's not really flagged anything here. Bishop F4. So it's just common sense development moves, and this is all standard stuff. So here, instead of bishop there, you can see pawn down is the right move. So d5, and then queen to c7 to get out of the way. That's the recommended line here. So I imagine if takes, we take. Let's turn that on. Is it going to give a line what to do? The best moves here are bishop back to b3 and queen a4. Not taking here. So if you do take, what's the reply? Oh, the bishop hangs. Yeah, if you just pay attention, you see that the bishop actually hangs. So you're not going to take there. Okay, that is fair enough. So turn that off. It's just being common sense and using your eyes, isn't it? We're getting the queen out of the way and we're attacking the bishop. So bishop f4, inaccuracy. Fine to trade the bishop like this, then watch out for your knight. We've jumped it into the center. And we're just trying to figure out the beginnings of a plan how to get forward. An opponent's gone very bold and attacking here, but it's actually a blunder and we're suddenly +3. It was correct actually to take it immediately, as you can see there with this same thing. And if you take, we can always take back, but it's the same thing, I think, taking the rook first. Well, +2. If you turn the eval on, turn the engine on, does it update that? Let's just see. So maybe it was better just to take the pawn first. So let's go back. Yeah, there's a 1 point difference there. I should have just taken the pawn immediately. As it turned out, taking and then spotting this, and it's +4. Then if you take here, we can take back. We attack 2 knights at once. Yeah, what you're going to do there. I guess the king's going to go to the corner. Probably take this one. We attack the knight and we attack the rook at the same time. Maybe if you get out of the way, you can go here and guard, and the queen covers the back rank threat. But it's still going to be completely winning for us with correct play. So just a 1 move blunder, that's all it was. And it was 93% versus 76, but there would have been basically the same but for that 1 move. So unlucky.